Let's go. All right. Hey, everyone.
I'm fighting a mammoth right now.
All right. Welcome to Granblue Radio. This is Vibrating Sheep. I am here because, as you may have heard before the show, we're a little bit early. I'm traveling. DJ's traveling soon. So we're doing this now because it's a good day. You ready, DJ?
Yep.
All right, so we have ourselves... Oh my god, there's so many banners.
There's too many.
There really are.
I can't wait for it. That's the only thing I don't like about Anniversary.
There's so many banners. I should just... Sometimes I think about buying things just to make a banner go away.
They'll go away soon.
Yeah, anyway, April 10th-ish is when a lot of these go away. All right, so we had ourselves a major update on the 25th. And so we have ourselves 2 new fights and 6 new weapons. So we have Tiamat Aura Omega, which was introduced to us by the Heart of the Sun. And then Luminiera Credo Omega, which just is... It's just a big robot. Like, it's a 4-armed robot. It's got swords. But they also added a new thing for us. And so this is entirely new and, it's been pretty welcome in its first week of existence. So here's conditional loot. The green chest. So each of these fights has a green chest now. And the green chest, it starts at what seems to be 0% chance. And as you raise the green chest chance, then the boss gets a bunch of buffs removed. So let's just do a quick open of... Tia. And what we have is, and then we'll
you get Aura Essential or Credo Essentia.
Yeah. And so what we have here, we see a 0 and a 10 here. And so there it is. Come on. There it goes. So right now there is a drop rate for conditional loot is boosted based on level. And it raises every time the Aura Essentia level gets lowered, and the Aura Essentia is the next one down. So every 10 skill hits, it goes up by 1. Or it goes down by 1, sorry.
I was going to say, hold on.
And the effects that it has as you go are, she takes your meter on hit. She has more attack. And what's the last one again? Anyway, the point is...
Damage taken is cuts. Charge bar gain lowered upon normal attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we've looked at that, let's go ahead and pub this.
So she doesn't actually lower your meter. She makes it so you get less meter.
She lowers your meter gain. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Charge bar gain lowered. It just keeps coming up. And so, this is basically a V1 implementation of Omens, where you're ameliorating a demerit and you're getting a bonus. So it actually gives you the 200,000 honors for doing this that Breaking Omens gives you as well.
Yeah,
so that's nice. And so the other thing about conditional loot is that it goes to everybody at the end. If you get this chance to 10, everybody gets a green chest at the end. And the green chest is nice. Like... You get, we've had weapons out of there. We have the gold anima. It's another implementation of Blue Chest that is based on full raid contribution rather than individual contribution. And so, it's a good way of getting more people stuff from these 18-person raids. I'm a huge fan.
Yep. Do you know that this raid also is able to drop the sand? Is in the 5th chest.
Yeah, the gold chest, right? Well, is it the guaranteed gold chest, or is it in a rare gold chest?
It says 5th chest, so I usually assume that's not the normal gold chest.
I see, okay. But yeah, so the fight itself is, it's not trivial, but it's also not hard. So it's in it deserves its spot where it is in the 5-star section. Yeah. So it's like, let's go take a look at where this thing is. I am jokingly annoyed that it did move everything over one. So the dragon,
I mean, I'm annoyed about that too.
Yeah, my muscle memory takes me to the dragons. It's like, wait, nope, that's the omegas, the new omegas. And then I'm like, it's time to hit Revens. Wait, what's Beelzebub doing here? So, yeah, it's like right around dragon level, and it's a fair assessment of what these are. So the other things that come with them. So let's start with the summon itself. And so it seems so far the two that we have the same upgrade levels. So I have Lumi at 250, so we'll just look at the whole package. So when you have this all to 250, you get a 170% boost up from 140. You get a sub aura that is both attack and defense. Not HP, it's actually a sub aura for defense, which is significant. Like, it's not better than the other sub auras, but it is still a sub aura that exists and did not exist before.
Yeah, that's a full transcendence, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then here's the other thing. So the summon itself, the call gets boosted. So the cooldown's only 6 turns now, as of the end of the line.
When you get to the second transcendence.
Yeah, so 220-ish. It does more damage, so it does real damage. It does...
Yeah, the unworldly is when you start the transcendence.
As you go along, it gets a bonus hit at the end. And so that's actually more significant than it seems for people like us. Because, for example, Hexachromatic Hierarch, the second hardest raid in the game, has 3 omens that say do more than 2 million damage at a time, 9, 12, and 15 times. And there are certain setups that this is quite difficult in to get those high numbers.
Does the bonus hit do enough? Because the normal cap of it is 635.
We've been able to get it to do enough. While you're on element, it's easy. While you're up against neutral, it does require a lot of massaging. But it's less massaging than it takes to make for example, your MC's autos hit for 2 million, which is the way that like Earth does it. And I tried that myself and I failed because I was like, I need to amp this way more. I need to have like the upgraded Draconic. I need to have the amp from the Draconic. I need to have like the new Opus key, blah, blah, blah. And so there is a world, and a fairly visible world, where this hits twice for 2 million damage each or more. And given that it has a 6-turn cooldown, and these days you're equipping 2 of these things, that's very significant. That helps a lot. And so that works for summoning on turn 1 in Dark Rapture 0 also. And so, yeah, I mean, I like this part.
So the bonus that actually comes at the beginning transcendence.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the 6th turn until second one, like I said earlier.
And the thing is that the first 2 levels of transcendence are, by Granblue fantasy terms, cheap. It's 8 Omega Anima, which is just a matter of play the raid.
Yeah, so first transcendence, 8 Omega, second transcendence, 8 Omega, and the Mortal Fragment, which is a guaranteed drop in this raid.
Yeah, you get 1 to 2 every time, depending on your placement and your chest luck.
Yep. Stage 3 is when it goes to needing the sand. Plus 8 Omega Anima. The Mortal Fragments, which once again is guaranteed.
Yeah, over the course of the last few days, I've gotten hundreds of these things, and it's quite easy to get more. Hey, I can get the last level right now, this moment. Sick. Let's do it. Boom. So, the requiring sands thing, at Granblue Fantasy Fest, KMR said that it would require 5. This has apparently changed since then, and it requires 3 total, which, in terms of if you're still in the struggle, is expensive. Where you're still getting like the trickle of event sand and things like that, and you're still like unable to or unwilling to, this is also valid, go in as hard on the Revens as is required to get a stable sand supply, then I suggest leaving it at 220. It's perfectly viable at 220. And then you can fill these in later. But where I'm standing and doing this with me and my Omega Wind and my Omega Light, this is great. You know? Like, I am happy with these things. I'm excited to go double Tiamat in Lucy Zero once I'm ready to fight that as Wind to get my Opus upgrade. I'm ready to do it again as Light to get that Opus upgrade. Like, yeah. And
one of the things I like is that it also gives you a wind attack up at the Final Transcendence, so that's just nice.
Yeah, it's especially nice since, going double. Well, I mean, this is what we noted on the Optimus summons. Going double Optimus, going double Omega summon leaves you a little behind
on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it helps, and given that you have two of these, it lasts 3 turns, doesn't it, for the wind attack?
Yep, and so you just should go first 3 turns, then next 3 turns is the other summon.
Yeah, and so this helps out characters like Grimnir and Shiva a lot because it means that their passive is on more often. So
well, Shiva does not have his thing yet.
Oh, right. So as of right now, it helps specifically Grimnir. Fair enough. But,
it's actually a good thing that they're doing this in trickles, too, because, A, these raids get slammed, day of in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And B, because they require sands, you still have to get the sands.
Yeah. It is one of those things where even as they make sand more available, you still gotta, having to drop 18 sand on the same day no. That is not something that I look forward to, ever. So anyway, so that's it for the raids. Anything else you want to say about these? In terms of just the summons and the raids themselves?
Trying to solo Lumi is mean because 3D spells in a turn is really mean.
It is definitely annoying, especially since Halmal don't do it consistently. And so you're just, the team that I suggested to Tone was Vicky, Valentine, Tigers, and then Tira, because Tira does it. She does a double summon. What did you do? You pubbed?
I am making my MC Relic Buster.
Oh, you're doing the Michael mode basically, where your CAs turn into after turn dispels. That's pretty good.
By the way, just pub it. Everyone else is gonna summon Bubs.
Yeah, everybody else summons Beelzebub, and then the thing melts. It's great. It's awesome. It's convenient.
I like how it has a stun at the very end.
Yeah, the paralyzed. I see that. I'm like, oh, my team is dead, and okay. It's like the ones who are alive are paralyzed. I understand. All right, so
it actually has a mean 60% trigger too, but that one automatically, if you have Halmal, it's goes away.
Right. All right.
It doesn't take away everything, but that's 2 turns.
So whose weapons do you want to go over first? As I casually uncap. Oh, hold on. Let me go back one. So let's go with Lumi's weapons first. So the number one complaint that people have had about Light Omega, Light Magna for years is just that it's been the same. There was a brief moment where we went to crit, and then
you needed a lot of HP anyway. So
you needed HP again. So we returned to light swords. The other problem is that light swords you can't multi-attack. You had the same problem with crit, but especially in modern Granblue Fantasy, you're either CAing a huge amount of your turns, or the game says, hey, hold on, we need you to triple attack for an Omen or for just in general. And so those were sort of the problems we had going in. And so let's start with the Saber Katana, Luminiera Saber Credo. It says saber. It is a katana. I've
It
gotten
says
that
saber
off
in
my
Japanese
chest.
too. That's the best part.
I hate.
I'm looking at it. It says Chevalier Saber Credo.
But it has two triple attack skills. Well, also one of them's both double and triple attack. So it has
Small Triumph and Big Fandango.
Yeah, so it has big attack, which means that you're not giving up any attack from giving up a sword. And it has two separate multi-attack skills, which is something that characters like Toei and like anybody who doesn't have guaranteed triple attack or little asterisk Geisenborger with his guaranteed quad attack, they've been starving
really funny,
for this.
By the way, because quad attacks do not count as triple attacks when you have to break stuff.
I wish they did. But anyway, so yeah, like this plugs a huge hole. I've seen one or two of these put into hard mode light grids. And
I've seen 3, and then you get the bonus hit.
Ooh, bonus hit? Nice. You actually overcap triple attack?
It was either 3 or 4 where you get at like the 83% of bonus hit because of the Fandango. Stacking it up that high.
Okay, and you're giving up hit points by dropping all of those swords. So let's go into...
This grid had like 20k health.
Yeah. But then again, in hard mode, let's take a look at the lance. So this one screams, "Don't kill me." This is the new lance. This is the new thing. And as we've seen before, a couple years ago, we said we're going to stop laughing at weapons that have healing and HP on them, like even 2 HP.
And now we have Auspice.
And now this is this Auspice, which is HP and healing in Light Omega, and it has Garrison. So this is just this gigantic flashing sign that says, "I'm here for hard mode." It's like, if you don't have the Cosmos Mark II daggers on, defense or on attack, these things do great. And even if you do, these things still do great. So that's cool. I am glad that this one exists as well. It fills a very, very welcome role.
Okay, so the number on Auspice, by the way, because there's only one, makes it easier to do the math.
Right.
It's 18% HP at skill level 15 and 10% heal cap.
And given, if you were going to assume that you go double Lumi, that's plus 340%. And so, yeah, it goes from 18% HP to like, you nearly quadruple that. And so it's somewhere in the realm of like 70% HP when you go double. And so it's like, you don't miss the loss of swords. The HP on swords was small. This is medium. And then the healing is really nice too. I can't remember what the healing cap is. Have you hit the healing cap before?
100.
It's 100?
I've hit the healing cap a million times because all you need for that in light is one dagger from Tico and double and what's it called?
Ultima?
An Ultima. So because they both add up to 50 each.
Right. And then, so here's another gap that's being filled. We have Light Exalto. So here's the gun. This is it is worse than a grand weapon, but
The
like
grand
sure.
Weapon is 30%, this one is 20.
Yeah. But it does a lot that Light didn't have before in its Omega form. So you have Exalto. That's a magic word these days. It also has big attack, so it boosts its own attack, so it basically has like 1.2 attack skills. And then an asterisk here, which is you get attack, 2% EX, is it? And damage
2% and 1% EX, 1%
damage cap. Based on how many weapons you have with Night Code in them. So the more Lumi weapons that you have equipped, the better this is. So you not only get, this Exalto, but yeah, I've seen... So the insane person, he says, like, you can use up to 5, which is technically true, but you'd rather have, like, I think 3 is a good number, is the number that I've seen mostly theorized around, so that you can actually do other things, like have your hit points and have your multi-attack boosted and such. But I'm very happy with these new weapons, DJ.
Yeah, I wish they were better as main hands, but
Very true. These ones, I think all do a dispel and then a minor effect for the second one, right? So
you want to know how sad the spear is?
How sad is it?
I think it's listed as a 1,000 shield. I don't know what happens if it gets a 4-star though.
Mm-hmm.
But 1,000 shield is
Yeah, I understand. Anything else to say about these weapons as light? I know that you're not Omega anymore, but as an Omega player,
man,
I'm very happy.
These bullets are not that bad. It's a 3 ethereal rounds and 3 rifles.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's not bad at all, actually, as a gun. Yeah. All right.
It's good they gave him a way to get damage cap. It's good, and it's good that they gave him a way to triple. Their ability to triple attacks better than Magna. I mean, better than Omega. Not you mean you know what I mean?
Yeah. Zeus.
Yeah, they have Trio and Fandango. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the hard mode triple attack stuff setups in Zeus that I've seen, they just are like, all right, look, we're just gonna try to avoid the issue of triple attacking as much as possible.
Now you can just play Omega.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, those are just really good additions to the light arsenal. Like I'm extremely happy, and I'm going to be gathering up basically like 2 of each of these, and then I'll probably have a bunch extra because it's 10 Omega Anima per 4-star of each of these things. So I'll be in there for a while, but it's a pleasant enough raid
for a long time.
Yeah, but it's not like we're going to. We used light swords for freaking 8 years or something like that.
Now you can use katanas.
Yes. We can use katanas, spears, and guns. There was a brief period where
we technically did use guns before.
We did use guns for a while because there was a time where the light sword didn't exist. It was the last one that came out in that series. We also were briefly on harps where it's like, hey, we can use the Militis harp or Harmonia and put it in with the Shev harp, the Lumi harp, and it does things. And it's like now these weapons sort of don't need that anymore. It's awesome. I love that. All right. Do you want the funny bow or do you want the dagger next? I think that's a dagger. Is it a dagger? All right, let's go to the funny dagger. It's actually a dagger. Thank God. So here's Tia's stuff. We're going straight to Tempering Garrison. So
big tempering, small garrison. Small garrison is always weird because it's not like amazing at all.
No,
actually,
it's not amazing at all. But basically, you're doing this comparing it to Aoyar's Beak, and Aoyar's Beak has been a staple ever since it dropped.
So the reason you would go over for this instead of Aoyar's Beak is because of the still damage cap.
Yes. And because these help you survive, as opposed to Aoyar's Beak, which have an extra attack skill on them.
Oh, I'm going to look up that statement because I don't know what's the numbers on small garrison.
But the whole thing is that these are modified by Tiamat. And so people who've been using Agonizes in Dark forever, when you have the Fedial Spear, I can't remember what it's actually called, the grand one, like there's actually an argument for it once you go double Hades, because it'll actually give you more supplemental for that slot than the Agonize does. So that same kind of argument applies here. Also, that Fedial Spear has been having a renaissance recently because people are like, wait a second, it has triple attack on it. We needed that. And so Dark has been equipping those for hard raids.
All right, I'm looking at skill level 15, small garrison, by the way.
All right, what's it when you are at, say, half health?
Half health, 13%.
That's respectable, especially since you are double skill modded usually. Like Wind has been double Tia for quite a while, and so yeah, I mean,
well, you have to remember some of these fights actually hit you way past that, and then you're still in danger because you actually can't survive even with that. It's the small defense because here's it at the 25%. It's 18%.
Yeah, it's not really helping you that much.
Yeah, you're dead at that point.
You're still in trouble. It does not take you out of the danger zone or anything.
And the fact that you don't want more than 2.
Yeah. I mean, the Tiamat Bolt Aura. Let's see what the weapon are the bullet castings on this one same? Yeah. It's it's Rifle Ethereal.
It's a Parabellum.
It's Parabellum Ethereal? Huh. Interesting.
It's Parabellum and Rifle.
Okay. So anyway, Wind Gun as a main hand, you're just like, nah, I'm good. There's the but it has what we are going to expect. Yeah. But we have the Exalto boost, we have attack, we have the same store of vivification still. It's exactly the same. So we're moving on from that one to the bow, which I laugh at the existence of. It's so funny to me. Welcome to Magna Bloodshed, where two of these things has 2 attack skills, and all you have to do is just accept that you'll start at lower health to start the fight,
which goes with your garrison, or the real thing, your enmity.
Yeah, your old Tiamat guns. Like, we're dusting those off. So, all in all things considered, I think that Light made out better, but also Wind started better because those Grimnir staves are still there and still good.
And they're not actually going away.
Yeah.
Like crit build's still really good.
Yeah, thanks, Crozier. You've been so good since you dropped, and that hasn't changed. In fact, you got slightly better with overcrit. It's just that they don't contribute that much to overcrit. You'll need other things to help you crit.
It's small crit. You need it. Oh wait, no, it's medium crit. You need a lot more.
Yeah.
If it's small crit, it would be worse.
It would be. But it's medium, so it's decent-ish. And hey, you're going to put Exalto in your grids now as Wind, so it helps.
I think you need like 2 Exaltos in order to do it with double, with just only 3 of those staves.
That sounds about right.
Because it's like without the staves right now, and also with like at 150 and 170, you're at 83% crit.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, you could just say, hey, forget about it. It might crit.
Yeah. You just say, close enough. It's fine.
Except now you actually get incentivized to overcrit now.
But yeah, these have been awesome. Like, I'm excited to use these. I'm excited to play with these, and I'm building them. These are the 2 that I am still Omega on, and it just gives me hope for the ones that have a big gap still, like Fire and Fire, Earth, I think, are the ones that as Omega kind of need the help the most. Water is...
Dark does definitely not need help.
Dark actually got an Omega weapon from freaking Revens.
Yeah, therefore it has also a normal attack modifier, as elemental modifier.
Dark is one of the best in terms of Omega right now, but Fire and Earth, and then Water Magna is capable of doing everything. It's just that they could use some more fun toys.
Well, Water can do it. The thing is, it's just the worst version of Primal.
Yeah. And so
literally, Water Magna right now is literally just doing crit.
Yeah. And so I mean, I'm looking forward to what we have ahead. Like, I'm not necessarily going to do all of them, but I'm going to transcend these summons to help other people. Like, this Yggdrasil is still perfectly viable. I admit that this Colossus hasn't been touched since level 100. It's just sitting there.
You put Greya in your fire slot before.
Is she still there, or is it...
No, she's not.
Okay, is it Shiva now?
I thought you put, like...
Oh, Greya's back. Hold on, I can change that out.
Oh, have I just not looked for summons for a billion years?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry, I've changed it out to a different Greya. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, that's the review of Magna 3 so far. The 2 out of the 6 we have. It's exciting. I enjoy the fights. The grind is not going to be that bad.
Aren't terrible.
Mm-hmm. They're meant to just bring people up to a level where they can, like, you can use these weapons and your Revan's ready. Your Revan's ready, and in some ways you're also Hexachromatic Hierarch ready for a lot of these.
Well, Wind Hexa is a... You didn't need either summon.
Yeah. Wind Hexa is a character check right now. But, Light Hexa was going to be pretty scary for me.
Definitely need something for Light Hexa. Because
yeah.
You're not going to get triple attacks otherwise.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so that's it. And yeah, I mean, good stuff. Well done. They've actually taken a lot of the criticism from the Shiva Grimnir era and been like, it is actually okay for us to make 3 weapons that are all useful, as opposed to, if you look at some of the old stuff and you're just like, why?
Do you want your HP harp? And that's it?
Yeah.
Do you want randomly that this weapon helps you in a different element?
Freaking this Europa bow that only has Fandango on it. Like, I've forgotten what half of these weapons do because they just matter that little. Oh, it's like the Grimnir Katana, doesn't it just say attack up to primals? Primal characters only?
Did we even have enough wind primals at the time?
It was bad. It was like Tiamat and that's it. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, because Skazaha is not a primal. She's an Arun.
Grimnir hadn't come out yet. He was a grand
Grimnir
later.
Did not come out for a billion years. Kokoro came out before Grimnir did.
Oh, man.
That was 2018.
But yeah, the difference between Magna 2 and Magna 3 is huge. Oh yeah, Rosetta. I mean, all right. So anyway.
Wait, no, didn't they have to change Rosetta from being unknown to primal?
She is still unknown as an SR. But I believe as an SR.
Changing her.
That's right.
From unknown.
So anyway. But yeah, that's what we have. Next week, we're going to be having a whole lot of things to talk about because next week is going to be, April. So not only will we have Choreograph to talk about, but when we do this next week and we're back on our usual Thursday time, then the Eternal and Evoker rebalances will be out.
Oh, cool.
Scary times, but fun times. All right.
And we can put away the crying cat face from our brow on the wiki.
Thanks, Umikin. Love you too, baby. All right, you ready to do the extra fun part of this whole stream?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so that's so much. All right. $9.99. Is it Miriam or is it Uisis? Okay, so Famitsu every year runs a poll online. They leave it open for about 12 days. Any Skyfarer is eligible to come in and just take an online survey. And the results are always fun to read, especially the open responses. So this year, it was a little under half female. About 10% of people either didn't disclose gender or identify as non-binary, and 42% were male. So, That sounds about right. And then the other thing is the age. The age is pretty much where we expect it to be, like 37% in their 30s, 40% in their 20s. Yeah, there are people in the comments of this who actually said, "Wow, I was a grade schooler when this game came out." I'm like, "Yep, yep." This game. Yeah, it's true. There's actually at the end of this, like if you look at the bottom of the screen, the page here, that little green bar is a comment from a Skyfarer. There's 50 pages of this, by the way, and one of them is a woman in her 50s. Like, good for you. Like, she's like, yeah, the game has expanded my horizons, and it's not just like in game. Like, it's just taught me a lot. That's a cool thing. All right, so we're gonna skip past a few of the just standard demographic things, like how did you get into the game, blah blah blah, and my demographic is I saw art on Twitter. So, I mean, and then I saw that I looked it up and I saw there was a bunch of Final Fantasy staff that were here. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And here we are today, you know. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So, new things. Your favorite job class. Lumberjack fell out this year of your favorite job class. Mana Diver took over. That makes sense, right? Um, yeah, so it's number one Relic Buster because it's just easy and strong. Mana Diver's next place because it's just strong. And then you get a really cute pet. Shout outs to the woman in her, the young lady in her teens, or maybe 11 or 12, I'm not sure. But she just said, the Manaturas are so cute. Do you care about the popularity breakdown of the elements? Like which ones you invest in the most? Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit here. So remember that the sample size is 4,000 people, which is a significant amount, but it's not everybody. So anyway, out of those 4,000 people, 24% said dark. Two of the people quoted say that cited weapons being really strong, and then the third person cited Seox being really cute. What was that? Oh, they can't hear you on the screen. Oh, geez. I forgot. Hold on. I need to re-add you to... Sorry. I hate this. I hate it when I do this. I'm sorry. Audio output capture. Discord.
Every time.
Every time. All right. Here we go again. Whoop. Wrong one.
Can you hear me now?
They should be able to. Yeah. All right, so... Anyway, as I was saying before I accidentally muted you by going to a new scene where I hadn't set you up, yeah, 24% say that they are in dark. 21% say that they are in on light.
That's pretty standard for like fantasy.
That's true. So light, they said it's like one of the people, a male in his 30s, said it has a lot of my favorite characters, and also Lumi swords are both free and strong.
That's true.
And a woman said, yeah, it has a lot of characters that I really love, including she cites Feather, Sandalfon, Clarice, and more. So, I mean, I'm in on that. That's why I like water so much. Water tickled my fancy when I started this game, and it's been like that since.
You always go back to your roots, just like how I went back to fire.
Right? So here's the thing. So if you expect a perfectly even split, then these would be a little above 16% each. The only one that has close to that average is fire. And the people who The people who cited fire as their favorite, the two quoted both said Percival.
That's fair.
I think it's fair too. One person was a woman in their 30s, and another person was gender undisclosed in their 20s. And it's like, my boys, Percival and Siegfried, are here. I'm going to work with them. And it's like, I appreciate that. So then the three ones that are below the perfectly even split, so water's just barely off, and the one person said, it's like, yeah, I just got water characters to start with, and somehow in the process of playing water, I got to really like water. It's funny to me because, like, speaking to the director of Relink, I remember him saying you heard this story where it's like, water just has a bunch of characters who are really cool and really easy to fit into an action game. 12% say wind, which is also below what you would expect. And 11% are in earth. And one person cited...
First 100 fronting.
Yep.
Second, easy build, Titan.
Third
one, CAG.
CAG is here. And then, the next question was, what is the class that you most appreciated the ultimate mastery for? No surprises here. Lumberjack number 1. Let's go Lumberjack. The king of full auto. Or queen if you're playing Cheetah. Like,
I'm still a Street King. It's only I'm a Street Queen.
And then, Berserker and Kengo, no surprises there.
Did Kengo's, Ultimate Mastery actually did anything?
It did. We actually take the red skill. The red skill matters. When you attack, you also delay. And it's also
normal attacks, specifically.
Yes, this is true. Your normal attacks also delay, but it's a way to get...
To be fair, your other master skills sucked. So...
Yep.
That's fair. It gave you a new skill that you can actually use.
This is true. Because previously the most common things to go with No More Doubt were Clarity and Mist. Or Blind and Mist. Lich continues to sit on the throne of number 1 full auto character.
Yeah, that character does everything you need.
Yeah.
Except triple attack.
But new to the rankings, Hase. So welcome to
that character literally does everything you need. Including triple attack.
But she only beat Earthsater by 3 votes.
That character has not been bad ever since she was printed.
Yeah. And then 4 through 10, not really many surprises for people who've done a lot of full autoing in this game. Although there is a typographical error if you're looking at it where it goes 465 accidentally. Oops.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, this is such a minor error. So number 4 is Seox, who just, hits really hard and dodges a lot.
He does pretty well. The only thing he doesn't do is real debuffs.
Mm-hmm. Number 5 is Limited Grand Percival, who does everything, including debuffs.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of help to ramp up, but
yes,
that's actually pretty easy with the support he's been have. Also Osaka Ryota always says he's Grand Percival.
Also, unlike the previous 4 on the list, Grand Percival, after turn 1, takes damage like a normal human being, as opposed to some kind of defensive god, which are the first 4 of these. Like, Lich barely takes any damage, Hase makes your entire team take less damage, Seder makes your entire team take less damage.
Well, she takes less damage.
Yeah.
And then she also has increased hostility, so...
Yep. Anyway, so number 6 is, she's also near the list, Yukatavania, who just hits, several trucks stapled together on full auto.
She also gets you back to her stats, immediately.
Yeah, and also you get a delay every turn, and anyway, she does it all. Number 7, Aglavale has barely slipped on the list, so good old Valentine's
Good old
Aglovale.
chairman.
Good old chairman. Summer Medusa, who, keeps your fire teams safe. Valentine's Cassius, and then also new to the list, Grand Zeta's on this list now as number 10.
Yeah, this character's busted. She literally does everything you want except CA, and that's fine. You don't want her to CA.
Yeah. So, all right, DJ. These have barely changed. Sandalphon has been number 1 male character for 6 years running now.
That has not changed at all.
Number 2, Seox. So Seox has been rising ever since Seeds of Redemption, basically, and they love him. They love their anxious little puppy boy, and you also.
Other than 6, everyone on this list I expected.
Yep.
So.
The only thing that moved out was Vayne now has more votes than Lancelot does. That's the only thing that really changed in these top 10s for male characters.
Females is not that much difference, except I've been surprised at how high Wham this is.
So, yeah, the thing is that we noted this, every previous year we've looked where it's like number 1 male has like twice the votes of number 1 female, where the love of males in Granblue Fantasy is much more concentrated, and then the women in Granblue Fantasy, they're just everywhere. And so, Narmea is in number 1 for the first time since Vicky came out in 2019. Vicky, quote-unquote, dropped all the way to number 2. She's like 10% behind, but she's still highly beloved. Whamdis at number 5 was actually really interesting. And then Galleon, number 10. I'm surprised that more people were into Whamdis than Galleon, given the amount of merchandise that Galleon has. But the people who voted for Galleon, if you read their comments, it's like, oh yeah, this is the right kind of degenerate to to vote for Galleon. Where it's like, Whamdis notes, oh, she's so cute. She works so hard. She's a precious little girl. Galleon.
The real problem was not hunger, it was loneliness.
Yeah.
That one's real.
It's old Bond, yeah. And then number 10, Galleon. Mommy. It's like, Mom. But yeah, like, the women had much more change in their rankings than the men did, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think the men really change.
No.
And you know what? We're gonna get another Knights event somewhere down the line.
Nehan went up. Nehan went up, Vayne went up, basically. All right. Here comes the fun. Here comes the fun and new stuff. Which playable character race do you like most? Arun's number 1, unsurprising.
You got a fluffy ear. You got nice backs.
Yep. Backs and armpits is what the woman in her 30s said, and everyone's like, I feel you. I am actually surprised that Primal Beast made it over Draft, though, and that Draft beat Human only by 0.1%.
See, here's the thing. There are some really good Primal Beasts, like Sandalphon.
Oh, yep, yeah, all right. You got it. You got the key.
Yeah.
Sandalphon, Belial, Freyr. Freyr's pretty popular. Anyway, but yeah. And then all the way at the end, the expected, Harvin's with 8% of the vote.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah, that pretty much matches with how many of each character type come out, except for Human. Human, I mean, it's just easy to design humans.
I mean, it's a very easy reference. You just look at people.
Yeah. All right. Question 11.
And then make the stupidest design for your outfit ever, so they'll could actually make this in 3D.
Apologize to the 3D artists who have to turn your work into something actually big, and 7 years later, something like that. Just quietly apologize. But yeah, number 11, this is actually something that we did once in the draft, and so this is a fun question. Who would you want to have as your sibling?
Yuri Lowell.
That's he's banned from this poll, just like he's banned from every single Tales of Fest poll.
He won
Hall
too
of
many
Fame.
stupid ones that he shouldn't have been in. So
Like, what was it? He won Best Girlfriend or something like that.
yeah, best little brother.
Best Little Brother.
Your oldest protagonist in Tale series, best little brother.
Yeah. But anyway, number one, my boy, my beautiful ray of sunshine, Vane. Number one most wanted sibling. I appreciate it. The people who voted Vane were spitting.
I like the one in their maybe teens.
Oh yeah, I want to touch his muscles consensually. The way that I translate this, like I want to touch his muscles in a way that wouldn't be weird.
Yo, I guess.
Look, look.
Look, you just say you just want to touch it.
I'm sure Vane is such a sweet boy that if you just very nicely asked, he'd probably say yeah, and he'd flex for you. But yeah, he can do it all. He's a strong older brother. He's a cute little brother. He's great.
50% defense.
He lets me ignore boss mechanics for about 10 or 15 seconds. All right, so Narmea, unsurprising, number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, Seox has shot up these rankings because of And You, where it turns out, hey, he could have been your brother in another life. You probably would have gotten you killed doing that, though. Yeah. And then the tie between Sadala and Zeta for exact opposite reasons is something that I appreciate.
Look, it would literally be the little sisters that annoy you, but you still dote on them.
And Zeta would be the big sister who complains at you all the time but always has your back. And yeah, I appreciate a game that can do both. So good on the two of them. This is a fun question to ask though. You know, like it's much better than like who's your husband or whatever. It's like who would be your big brother? Who would make a good big brother? You know. Number 12. Who do you want to get an outfit? Lancelot has a new outfit as of the asking of this question. So.
And the main characters always get new outfits.
This is true. So basically, actually,
so Nahon. Nahon's like the only one I can think of on this list.
And also, as of the day that the day that this opened, Nahon had Valentine's Nahon as a new outfit.
Well, that's
as a new version.
Character.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Yeah, but yeah, Sandalphon has a decent number of outfits already. Nahon has 0, so. This is a valid question. All right. What is your favorite BGM in the game? I am surprised that all of these are vocal tracks, but I shouldn't be that surprised because they help them stick in the memory. 0, Parade's Lust, Order of the New World, Small Fish in a Small Pond, Wings of Terror, Paradise Lost. 4U is new in the rankings, so congratulations on hitting number 94. Or number 7, I mean, with 94 votes.
94 votes.
Rose Queen, an old favorite of mine. Tiamat Magna. And Armageddon in 10th place. What's your favorite out of these 10, DJ?
Of these 10, or New World. That one always sticks out to me.
And that is, yeah, I appreciate that. And also, that's why I'm gonna name 4U, because it's so fun to hear those two in concert. So it's basically, it feels to me like a sequel to Order of the New World because it's the same two vocalists.
Yeah.
So we're moving on. Speaking of vocal songs, what's your favorite character song? Soya always wins. I love this song.
12 votes.
Yeah. The funny thing to me is that it actually still beats both versions of Kimi to Boku no Mirai combined. If you add both of them together, they get just over 400 votes. So the original version plus the Gaidel version that just came out, it would still only move from 3rd to 2nd. The Soya song would still be number 1. Which, you know...
Yeah, too bad the event sucks.
The event does suck, but the song is great.
Yeah.
And the video that came out with it is also like
It's so why is it so many things like flying out of the water?
because it's about fit. Look, okay, I got no answers. That's how Granblue Fantasy is. Like, if you have no context on Granblue Fantasy and you watch the music video for Sanba Garasu Otoku Uta, the Soya song, then you follow it up with Ein Sof Hour, which is like a tender love song, and has like an epic animated music video that involves angels shooting lasers at each other and like freaking pitched battles in the heavens and everything like that. And then, Kimi to Boku no Mirai is a very standard idol song.
Happy April Fools, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome to the Parade is basically just a Disneyland song. That's one of my favorites on this list. Deathbound Love next after that is a little distressing, but it's like a gothic love song there. Over the Sky is fun.
Over the Sky is great.
I think Knights of Chivalry.
I'm glad they made that Jesus song in Versus.
Yeah, it's a fun theme to listen to. Narmea's is all the way down at 10th place. Cagliostro is I've never once said the full title of that thing out loud, and I will continue not to because it's too long.
I mean, you're limited on character space.
Yeah.
But this thing is a lot of characters in Japanese.
Yeah. But out of these, like, it's a good selection. Some people are like, man, why isn't Aoido's higher? It's like, maybe you should have gotten more friends to vote. I don't know. Like,
you should have more people who like ballads.
Yeah, the entire point of that event is that he got stabbed over wanting to play ballads. Anyway, so, like, the difference between the ones at the bottom of the rankings isn't that much. It's like 8 people difference between, Cagliostro and Narmea. It's like 14 people difference between Nier and then Grand Gita Vern Lyria.
And then there's Soya.
Then there's Soya. Everybody loves Soya.
It's just a fun thing to shout.
It is a fun thing to shout. And so I do know that there was a very popular VTuber cover of Soya. It had like your boy Belmond. What is his name? What's his full name?
What are you talking about? Because my boy's Roberu.
Roberu, that's what it was. Roberu has done one. Pretty sure. With 2 other guys. I'd have to look it up again. All right, anyway. This leads into the next question, which is, who do you want to get the next song? The Primal Pals is number 1. That would be very fun. Personal taste, I want Satyr to sing it and not Medusa. I am okay with any of the bottom 3. The 3 on the left, I mean, getting that vocal duty. Which Divine General would you want to sing the most so far?
There's all you.
Let's see.
Look, Vicky already has her own song.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yes, all right. I'm in on Dog. Dog and Cal are the ones that I would want to sing the most.
Out of this list, the last my next choice would be Uchi.
All right.
The other ones don't really sing that well or has a song already.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I don't know. I don't have a good conception of Lynn as a singer. I don't listen to horse things.
For Lynn, you can go to Hypnosis Mike.
Oh yeah, where she basically gets to be Lisa from M-Flow.
Yeah,
that's a good song. I like that song a lot.
To be fair, I forgot that Lynn's in this game in the generals now. So
that's fair.
And then also Takashi Rei.
She's fine.
She's fine. I'm just too used to her though. That's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. 6 and Nehan are number 3. Like, I think after Vanishing Point, when they have the Silva and Toyen song, people are like, wait, we can get duets with like romantic duets? All right. So it's like 6 and Nehan, Sandalphon Lucifer, Albert Urias is number 5.
That'd be a good one.
Number 6 is The Wales brothers, so Aglavale, Lamorak, Percival. Number 7, Belial,
Depends on
Lucilius.
how well you think that will turn out because of certain things that
Yeah,
happened.
true.
One of these three doesn't have a band anymore.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, yeah, number 7 also has somebody who has had a recent hit to their career due to actions and decisions they made.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah. Lobelia on his own. Lobelia got a special highlight as the number 1 solo request. Beating out the Sidala by 1 vote, so Kakuma Ai singing a duet with herself.
That's always weird because when they do twins with just one person.
Yeah. And then Belial is, of course, number 10. And I think people just want to hear Hosoyan just sounding smooth into a microphone, which they always do. I appreciate it.
Okay, we need more Belial content.
Yeah. Out of these, I'm with the people who want the Primal Pals song. That would be really fun.
Well, I already know where my vote went on this thing already.
Where did your vote go?
It went to Mirin and Gion.
That's right. Yeah, mine went to Lich, so I mean, yeah. Very predictable on our sides.
Mine was I actually gave a letter that said I wanted that too.
Nice. All right. So
and then she also wants it too. So
here we go into tradition again. What's your favorite story event? New to the ranking, and you. So congratulations on taking the number 2 spot to and you. So that's pretty much the only one that I would want to... actually, no. There's 2 on this list that are new additions that I would want to highlight. And you, and then the Magnificent Mole Troop hit number 9. Which, I mean, it resonated with a lot of people. Kind of like No Rain, No Rainbow. It's like, oh, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to just be a failure and then continue. Just keep moving.
I definitely went to Unbound Asterism.
Yeah. I mean, that is fair. I can't remember which one that I
again, Tito's going to be really mad.
Yeah, one of the comments on Unbound Asterism is, look, I just want to see what happens next, and I really hope that Tico and Manamel can both, like, deal with their baggage / exercise their demons, you know?
I like how Manamel went up in, like, a lot of people's eyes after this event.
Yeah, because she actually did things instead of... Well, she didn't exist for the Marionette Stars. She came in after. And then in this one...
then your first impression of her is that she's very lazy.
She's useless. She's worse than lazy. She's useless.
The knife does everything.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, she turned into an all-star in Unbound Asterism. It's really good.
I wonder how earplugs work for errands, though.
Very good question. Next question, please. But yeah, the next sequel, we're going to ignore the people who just say, I want to see what happens next in 000, because honestly, Heart of the Sun kind of did a decent amount of that. So it did a little bit of that. There's And You that they want to see more of, because like I just want to see Orolojaya again. And you know what? Valid. Very valid.
Yeah.
Let's see. So going down the list after the top 3 goes Ranger Sign Bravo as a requested sequel. Let's see, The Dragon Weeps Before Daybreak. Zodiac Camp. So the Divine Generals Assembly. They want a 3.
You know, I feel like we're gonna get that. Anyway,
yeah,
it's like somewhere down the line. Anyways, I think that one's like a guaranteed.
Speaking of guaranteed sequels, Home Sweet Moon. Given that Zeta Grand is specifically setting up for that. Then No Rain, No Rainbow. The people would want another one. It's just comfy and emotionally stirring.
It's not the last time we see more from Phoebe.
Mm-hmm. And Jamil. It's been a while since Jamil as well.
True. We got the Jamil outfit from that one.
I want more Jamil just so that we can bring Zaki onto these streams, because that guy is just an agent of chaos. But FGO people are fans.
He's somehow just gonna find a way to convince them to let him dress up as Dante.
on a grand. Wait, but we have a Dante, and it's not that Dante. Will he still dress as that Dante?
Yeah,
I understand. Number 9
that's
is...
what he dressed up on stage last time.
Got it.
And also, don't forget, wasn't he the one who did that stupid suggestion of how to
Yes, he did.
shorten
The Carnival Phantasm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Granblue Fantasy. And they're like, no.
It won the thing, too. That was the funnier thing.
I love fan bases that are memers. It was such a good joke.
Spoilers, it did not had not been chosen for obvious reasons.
But it was fun. That's the point. Like,
It was so good.
The whole point of these live streams, right? Just make fun jokes for the fans to...
off the script funny jokes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, number 9 is Falsetto in the Autumn Gray. I actually would really like to see that sequel as well. I want to see what happens to Sui. And then number 10 is another one that we are definitely going to get a sequel to within the year, because that's To Each His Ideal. So it's the Dragon Knights event. We're just getting that. We get that every year.
It's literally...
It's not moving. And then...
We literally had Dragon Weeks Before Daybreak as our event last year.
Yep. All right. So, what genre of event do you want next? So, number 1, but only by a little bit, by less than 10%, was a comedy event. Then a drama event. Way down there in third was the Slice of Life event.
We get the Day on Life of Mercenary, right?
Mm-hmm. Or No Rain, No Rainbow. So, all right, I didn't translate this for Granblue EN.
I like this note of I like heartwarming stories like Valentine's or White Day login mini stories. I'm like, yeah, I liked it this year too.
Let's see, which one, the Valentine's or the White Day? Which one are you citing?
White Day, because I got more content.
Yeah, for Clarice and Diantha.
Basically, Diantha. Clarice gets enough content.
Fair enough. But yeah, so here's the other comments that I didn't translate for Granblue yet. So it says here, I would like an event that stars the main crew. Like, I got closer to them via Relink, and so I want to see more of them. That's valid. Woman in her 30s.
That's fair. Like, literally, Relink is literally just a main crew event.
It really is, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. And then let's see here. I want what about comedy or let's see, or playing instruments, ramen, blah blah blah. Oh, it's like events that focus on the details of just anything, any kind of craft, like comedy, playing music, making ramen, things like that. Then this woman says that that's one of the big appeals of Granblue Fantasy, is that they can go deep on something like that, or like Handsome Gorilla, going deep on
sumo.
Or let's not talk about sumo. That's a comedy event.
Look, sumo can do anything.
Yeah, it can. It's true. You're right. So this is a funny one, given what happened 2 weeks after the poll opened. Who do you want as the main character of an event? Number 1, Seaphon. Well, who had
that?
Number 2, Sandalphon. Hey, weren't they in the same event even?
Yes, they were.
Funny how that works. Number 3 is Lucifer. Yeah, the Lucifer fans want him back. Number 4 is Nehan. That's a new one to the list.
I mean, he's never had his own event.
It's true. And honestly, he's one of the big reasons that Seeds of Redemption is remembered well.
Because let's be honest, there's not a lot of other memorable parts that are good.
Yeah, but Nehan's part was so good. People were just we're holding that one close. Number 5 is Narmea, who's never had her own event.
Yeah, she her upgrade was pretty much an event story, but it wasn't an event story.
Yep. And then when you get down into the weeds, with people who had around 40 to 50 votes, so check out these old standbys. So Nezo Walpili, aka Birdman, who
last time I saw him was won the.
So he is a cameo in Dragon Blood War.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So he hasn't started his own event yet. Vayne, who I think
his event really is the bistro event.
Yeah, well, also a little bit of the Chickadee event because he's the one in charge of the kids.
Yeah, but then that's really it. There's like not just Vane being him like outside of work.
Right. Lucilius got number 8, beating out Lucio by 1 vote. It's like, yeah, okay. We lumped those in with the Lucifer and the Sandalphon votes. Number 10 is Noah.
Well, there's not a lot of events that have characters from main stories.
Yeah. So I would actually really be interested in a Noah event. He's a cool character. But yeah,
at least that'll also like give reasons to also put Rockham in an event that's not a collab, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's like Seaphon and Sandalphon. The two of them got starring roles in Heart of the Sun, and it implies that they're going to continue doing so over the course of the storylines kicked off by Heart of the Sun. So, congratulations, I guess, to the 200 people who voted for these two.
Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to figure out why that girl in the past looks like the girl in the Love Life collab event.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to time traveling Diantha someday. Trust.
Now this is weird. We fought Tezcat in the past.
Yeah. All right. Here's the one that changes every year. Who do you want to be playable? Number 1 with a bullet, Orolajaya.
280.
Yeah. I mean, number 1 with a bullet in this case is like 8% of the responses. So it's not like mega. It's just, hey, they got number 1 over Lucifer. That's impressive. Also impressive, number 3, Maggie.
Yeah, I want her. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Look, for whatever reason, we have Hyamine in like all these other side games IPs. She's a main character in Princess Connect. She was a main character in Dragalia. She's Kaede.
Yeah, she was one of the first Cinderella girls, like both in terms of getting voices added to a character and also winning the vote to become the year's Cinderella girl. So, she's like one of the rocks that original Cinderella Girls was built on.
Yeah, so it's like, how did she not in actual Granblue Fantasy? She's an SR right now. And 2 collab characters.
I was going to say it, and then you beat me. Oh, boy. And then number 4, Lamorak, he's going to be there until he comes out. Like, people are just fascinated by this character, and, I don't blame them.
But what if we get the Harvin Lamorak instead?
Lusor? Oh, yeah. That would be so funny. That would be like getting Cat Iwayar first. Although
that'd be mean, and also don't forget that Freezy exists.
And then number 5, Belial. We're not gonna get Belial, but they can dream. We're gonna get to Belial for a very long time, if at all.
No, it'll be Belial, but it's the one from Tokyo. Not Tokyo. Well,
the middle school one.
Yeah.
The unnamed rural area in Japan.
Yeah, for like 14-year-olds.
Yeah. All right.
That event was funny. People hate that event. I love that event because it was so stupid.
Yeah. What's your favorite weapon? Only 2 weapons got triple digits of votes. 80 people voted for Lord of Flames. It's pretty funny to see just Lord of Flames. It's like, oh yeah, it's a great weapon. Also Percival. So just like that. And then the guy in his 30s saying it's like its thickness, its length, the design of it, everything is just a perfect sword design. People are like, are you okay? Emiya, is that
really
you?
He loves his Nippon folded sword.
It's not even Nippon folded though. Look at this thing. It's like, it's a very well made longsword. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Meanwhile, Roger Ingoreshko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Favorite summon. No surprises. Beelzebub, Lucifer, Belial.
Here's a fun one. This is a new category as well. What's your favorite CA animation?
That's a really interesting one because that requires people to actually pay attention to full CAs.
And also, just even if you just watch it once, there are some that really stick in your mind, right? Like, number one was for the Sandalphon fans, as when he gets 5-star from was it 000 that gave him 5-star, or was it? It was, right?
It was because he became playable in the second event.
Right. And so Paradise Lost, it requires him to CA twice because he irons off hours first.
And you get Lucifer behind him.
Yeah. And so people have a very strong emotional connection to this one. Then comes Magma Chamber, but specifically the version of Magma Chamber that has Wilness's cheeks out, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. But what is it? It's like the comedy of the animation and Wilness himself being so serious about it is just such a gap that it's so good.
Yeah. I do all think Fong's really good because I do like that you do get that part of the cut in even on the short version.
Yeah, and the thing was, it was also one of the first ones that did a cut in like that where it has the the standard size version of the character instead of just the sprite size of the character doing things. And so it
what do you mean you didn't like Seox's feet?
Correct. That is correct. You said correct things. But that led into fun things like they've experimented with things like Zeta and Bea's water and earth versions where they go like monochrome. They experiment more with color and design and things like that. So that one's cool. The numbers 4 through 10 make me laugh because just not even looking at which ones they are, you go 7, 6, 6, 7. So 4 of the remaining 6 slots or 7 slots are the same 2 Eternals. So it goes
Spotted Galaxy,
yes, Transcended
Talons.
Yep.
Voidclaw's Turbinus.
Yep. Mach 3, so Ewiar's, where she turns into the dragon form again and does what she did to you for a long time, but now on your side.
Messi Emil de Espada.
Yep.
Hey, Percival.
Yep, Stolz Flamme.
I don't remember what the CA looks like, to be honest.
Yeah. And Rodent Rally, one of my personal favorites, where it has Vikalog having a full-ass breakdown and then recovering at the very end. But the animation of her just holding her head and just shaking it back and forth is so good. I love that CA. And then there's just a special feature on 10 years of Gilded Heavenly Strike, aka Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, because everyone has that for their first CA.
Yep. It's always Gilded Heavenly Strike because, well, they're also shouting out a pun for Happy New Year. The next question, I'm going to skip what do you want on the resort because there were just so many things. I just didn't care.
What? There's Sauna, though. I see Sauna in one of those responses.
All right, look. So here are the things that people would want as extra things in your room. So number 1, Vern and 6 Dragons plushes. So that's something they have.
That'd be cute.
That'd be cute. Busts of characters, including. So the examples include Muscle Vern and the Fried Shrimp. It's like, okay. A jukebox, pets, an arcade cabinet that has GB Versus in it.
That'd be a good one.
Beds, kotatsus, saunas, or baths. A cat tower.
Yeah, you need it for a young cat, and here we are.
A little shrine that plays the draw animation at you, which is something that you have in. Isn't that doesn't Princess Connect have that? I forget where has that.
I think we do. I don't remember. I haven't set up my room in a long time in Princess Connect.
Yeah, same. Especially
I do buy a lot of the furniture, but I just don't set it up.
Yeah. This is a Cinderella Girls thing again. Just any kind of furniture where characters walk up to it and interact with it.
Yeah, well, we also do that in Princess and Egg as well.
Yeah. And then...
I like the stupid onigiri suit.
A bunch of the Kigus are just so stupid and funny. They just hop in there and just jump around a little bit, and then they get out. Because the Cinderella Girls one of that I remember is a Pina suit. So, it depends on what you think of Pina, but I love Pina. I, in fact, am getting my plush Pina from Henry in 2 days. That'll be fun.
Nice.
All right. And then...
Yeah, these all required them to actually put more effort into the My Room, though.
Yes, especially...
Because remember, these characters slide around. Yep. They don't walk.
Because they are based on battle sprites. They do not have the resources to do the Princess Connect paper doll thing to, the 400 or so characters that are unique in this game.
Yeah, not only that, Princess Connect is also built on actually having these characters move around.
And with those same paper dolls, yeah. All right. Home stretch. Next up is...
Also to note, it's also an app, not a web browser thing.
Also true.
So that allows them to actually do the movement stuff.
We did have the experiment with Makeup and Go, where it was the, Aoyama Arco cute chibi designs walking around, but that was custom and also very limited in animation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so homepage, who's set on your homepage? No surprises here. Sandalphon, Belial, 000, Percival, number 4, and then Jita was number 5.
Well, you can dress up Gina at anything.
It's true. There are even episodes of the anime about that. And the last thing is just comments. So, things like congratulations. One of my favorite ones on here was I was so hard up for perpetuity rings that I made one myself. That was good. All right. But yeah, this is a freaking 50-page spread that they put in this year. Admittedly, 12 pages of them are an accurate timeline of Granblue Fantasy. So that one,
that one's gonna extend every year too.
It's a long. Oh, come on. Load up. You can do it. Famitsu.
I like how when you got to that page, it showed the loading. You started loading on stream.
Oh, all right. So this is one of my favorite ones. Just a guide to the seafood of Auguste. But yeah, here's the timeline.
That'll help you in the trivia later.
Freaking God Albacore. I forgot about God Albacore.
There was also zombies.
There was a zombie shark in there. But yeah, there's an interview with KMR here. There's discussions with the art team. But yeah, there's a lot. So I highly recommend this issue. It's really good. Anyway, with that, I think we're good. It was a nice episode for just fun stuff at the end, DJ.
Yeah, I enjoy going through all these different things.
Yeah, it's super fun. I love this. All right, that said, thanks for joining me, and we will see you soon.